回れ回れ回れよ水車回れ回っておいさん呼んでこい回っておいさん呼んでこい鳥虫着物草木花春夏秋冬連れてこい春夏秋冬連れてこい
Kaguya Hime no Monogatari, or The Tale of the Princess Kaguya, is a masterful piece of animation, a sentimental swan song of Studio Ghibli's co-founder and legendary director Takahata Isao, despite the film's underwhelming box office performance and lack of attention. Takahata-sama played a crucial role in shaping the representation of the Japanese animation industry with unforgettable entries like Pompoko, a bizarre folklore-inspired story that reflects Japan's rapid development and urbanization during the country's economic miracle. My Neighbors, the Yamadas, a series of light-hearted vignettes boasted by a beautiful and non-traditional animation art style, imbued with a sense of family values. Only Yesterday, a calm, hopeful, and personal project that dealt with themes like childhood, adolescence, adulthood, dreams, reality, and the weight of memories and decisions. I didn't understand it growing up, but as I grew up, I learned to appreciate it more and more. And of course, who could forget the cruelly honest, heart-wrenching World War II drama, Grave of the Fireflies? I saw this film back when I was only knee-high to a grasshopper, and it has never left my mind or heart ever since. Takahata-sama's career, like anyone else's, had unfortunate low notes. And so did his life. That is, however, an immovable cycle. It is the natural order of things. Sweet for sour, sorrow for joy. The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter, the age-old Japanese folktale that the film was based upon, tells the story of a magical youngling found surrounded in a heavenly glamour by a poor bamboo cutter and his wife. The old couple then raised the child as it was their own. But the girl grows up supernaturally fast and soon has to leave her family to return to the celestial plane where she comes from. The moral of the story is to remind us of our finite share of time existing on this planet and to encourage us to treasure every second of that time we have being alive, happy or sad. The Tale of the Princess Kaguya took that notion and took it up a notch. In the first act of the film, we see Takahata-sama's gorgeously evocative, yet simplistic, minimal, watercolor art style comes hand in hand with a rural landscape where Kaguya, unnamed at this point, and her family live. At one point, local children gather by the house and call out, "Lil Bamboo," the young and curious girl's nickname, while her father insists on addressing her as Princess. In this verbal tug-of-war that seems like an attempt at comedy at first glance, we see Kaguya having difficulty choosing between following her instinct and listening to her father. In the end, she finds herself in the arms of a relieved old man crying out tears of joy. This foreshadows her decision to follow her father into the city to pursue her set destiny of nobility and greatness, leave behind the water wheel, the sun, birds, bugs, bees, grass, trees, and flowers in the Warabe Uta, along with her teenage love and friends, all those that has been attached to her childhood and joy. The soup she eagerly wishes to share, never tasted. Somehow it reminds me of Zuko's decision at the crossroads of destiny, despite there is no similarity in terms of context and moral. But it's another animation masterpiece for another time. Back to our princess, who is now capsuled in the senseless silk of false richness. Kaguya soon realizes the life she must live, forever distant from freedom. Takahata-sama, via the film's fluid and vibrant animation, implies a delicate voice of criticism towards the unacceptable principles of ancient Japan's feudal political system and its unfair and abusive social hierarchy, where the poor, even with a good heart, had to resort to criminality to survive, and the rich, even with a good heart, were completely walled from the world outside of their noble responsibilities. Within it, women are truthfully shown as those who are forced to be submissive to the power of men, and more so, to men with power. They are objectified and must follow unreasonably harsh manners to maintain their integrity in the eyes of men. Kaguya's constant doubts and questioning of such absurdity, along with her clever challenges to the desperate suitors, are, in this sense, all the more empowering and feminist. Even in this torturing, hollow shell of a noble life, Kaguya manages to find a silver lining in the mini garden and playing the koto. That is, until she is brought to the edge by the predatory emperor. Everything shatters. She deems the garden she adores so much a fake and bursts into tears. The emperor's act of selfishness and lack of restraint has impurified the heart of the princess, making her subconsciously calling out to the moon to free her from such misery. Unbeknownst to her father, who has been blinded by the call of destiny, and helpless to her mother, whose love is not enough to keep her close, Kaguya has lived a terrifyingly horrible life. In a magical climax, she reunites with her former lover from a distant past, now struggling to go by with a wife and child. They soar into the crystal sky, hand in hand, heart by heart. All the distance covered, all the time wasted, returned. In a touching moment, their dream of starting over, of running away, seems so true, yet poignant. All that is lost is found, just so it can be washed away. The final moment of the film comes smoothly in with a hopeful, joyous tune that contradicts its painful and haunting conclusion. Joe Hisaishi crafted a piece of music more deafening than the sound of silence, fittingly envelops the emptiness of death, a peaceful goodbye. It is heartbreaking for us and for Kaguya's parents to see her eyes become hollow, to see her turn her back to return to heaven. One final look, to remember, to mean what she said about the beauty of pain and joy in life. One final look, it all matters in the end. Takahata Isao has said his proper farewell to the world, where all his joy and pain resided. The tale of the Princess Kaguya is a stunning work of art that did not only open our eyes to the fleeting beauty of life, but also reminded us to live our lives as who we are, rather than who we're supposed to be, without regrets.